Welcome back, everyone, to round 4, the final round of Wednesday Night Standard here at GameSwap in illustrious Mason, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. On the left, we have Tony Mason. He's playing Zombies, I think mono black. And on the right, we have Taylor Gunn with red-white trash.
Red-white garbage pile.
Yeah.
And so Tony's on black-white.
Yep, there it is.
And they are not wasting any time getting into it. They were ready
they're
for
not.
it.
Yeah, they're not going to.
No, let's get out of here. Let's go home. I'm hungry. All right. So Taylor has an Inventor's Apprentice, which is going to be a 1/2, become a 2/3 once he controls an artifact. And so...
Yeah, that Wayward Servant's not blocking.
Yeah, that Wayward Servant does way too much in this matchup to be...
Taylor with the turn 2 servo exhibition there.
Essentially a dragon fodder that makes stupid robots.
Importantly, artifacts, since we're playing Inventor's Apprentice.
Importantly, artifacts. Yeah, no. Taylor's planning on just kind of going wide and pumping up the team with a Reckless Bushwhacker. Other garbage cards. It's a pile.
Taylor is planning on going wider than wide. Because Zombies is going wide.
Zombies actually goes wider than his red-white deck, which is why he just shouldn't be playing this abysmal pile of cards.
Tony, so disinterested in the match, he just leaves the table, wheels away.
Yeah, what is Taylor going to actually do but cast some garbage card?
Yeah, play literal unplayables.
Yes. People will be willing to give Taylor the cards. Okay, so Tony was looking for an Oracle text on a card. I got a chance to jam some games with Taylor before this before the event started, and if he had an aggressive start early on, he could actually kind of get underneath Zombies. But once a Diagraph Colossus started going off on him, he had no real interaction with dealing with 6 Zombies.
Well, and importantly, Taylor punted before the match even began and lost the die roll.
Yeah.
Right. So he's on the draw here, and will be as well if there's a game 3.
These Wayward Servants are going to make his job a lot harder because his deck barely counts to 20, and just 1 or 2 triggers might be all that Tony needs just to...
Well, Tony wisely...
Oh, is he going to do it?
I think he is.
Oh, yes. Tony knows what's up.
He's going to make a zombie with Crypt Breaker and then tap 3 zombies to draw cards.
And it's a reasonable thing to do because Tony's really not putting out... Oh, let's see if Taylor remembers. Yeah, so the Metallic Mimics are going to trigger off each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony's really not putting up much of a threat to Taylor. He kind of... He's hell-bent now. He's got no cards in hand.
Well, and I think this double Mimic draw is...
Oh, he didn't draw a card?
He did not.
Wow.
One of the best ways, though, for Taylor to outsize Tony on the board.
Yeah, so Taylor has 1 card left, and his Metallic Mimics are set to Warrior, and he draws the Dwarf Artificer.
Which is, importantly, not a Warrior.
It's a Dwarf Artificer.
Yes.
Good deck building. Good deck building, Taylor. And if Tony just keeps drawing these lands, it's going to make his discard to the Crypt Breaker really simple.
Yeah. Yep. And those Wayward Servants are triggering every time one of those zombie tokens comes in, yes?
That's true. Yeah, a little
so Tony
brain and drain for 2.
Yeah, Tony doesn't have to do anything except activate the Crypt Breaker. Like, he doesn't have to do anything at this point.
Well, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Let's get some triggers there. Just jam on him. No, don't jam on him. Actually, just keep drawing cards.
So I think, importantly, one of the things that the red-white aggro deck is missing is a way to give its ground creatures any sort of evasion at all to get through on these ground stalls. But Tony, so far ahead in terms of size on board that he's just swinging freely. Taylor taking $1 billion
Yeah.
And
Taylor left just enough board that he could. Yeah. Oh, so he's got a warrior in play. He did it. Achievement unlocked.
I mean,
So when the Bomat Courier attacks, you put a card underneath it face down.
sure, but aren't we just dead on the swing back here?
Probably.
We're not doing 25 with this attack.
Taylor, a true champ. He's going to draw this card off the Bomat Courier.
I mean, why not?
And yep. Thanks for not wasting our time, Taylor.
Scoops him up.
Okay. So Taylor for the board, he's looking to bring in some declaration and stones. And he wants to get all of those zombies off the board. The zombie tokens, just wipe them clean. Exile, the Relentless Dead, the Wanderer, and if Tony's bringing in Scrap Heap Scroungers, let's get them too with a declaration and stone. Tony, I think in terms of sideboarding, kind of just wants to make his removal as efficient as possible. Maybe trim a Mastery, Liliana's Mastery, just because 5 mana might be a bit much. But
yeah, especially on the draw.
Yeah, especially on the draw. But it's a little bit of a conflict because if you cast that card against Taylor's deck, he just can't win.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
I mean, what if you're looking at a hand of removal and Liliana's Masters? Like, eventually Taylor gets ahead.
Yeah, true.
And
So
the 2 zombie tokens don't matter enough.
Definitely. True zombie grimace action there. Yeah, unsure what else Tony could be bringing in. Nothing sticks out to me.
Except Tony's tongue at the camera.
Yes, sticking out the tongue to the camera.
Right. Hamming it up.
Giving us a show, you know.
Why
A true gentleman, a true character.
A show on the table and a show at the table.
There we go. Taylor usually sitting back here doing commentary on Tuesday nights, but convinced him to come out and jam some standard.
Only for the express purpose of us being able to sit back here and utterly savage him.
Yeah. Giving it to him on commentary seems really great, honestly. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Well, and I expect nothing less on the swing back next Tuesday.
Yeah, but we'll play perfectly. It's fine. We won't be playing red-white pile of cards. Maybe I should play red-white pile of cards better than he does. Okay. So Taylor will now be on the play.
Importantly.
As he wanted it all along. And his hand looks double mountain and white cards?
White cards, yeah. So literal unplayables. And, well, there's a metallic mimic in there, so we're at least doing something.
Let's not keep this, please. There's a Battle Rage Brawler, a little 4/3 for 2. Taylor's keeping it, looks like, and Tony's drawing up a new 7. And I just don't think that this hand for Taylor is going to be quick enough.
If Tony does draw a new 7, then we're going to have a judge ruling.
Oh, yeah, well,
right.
A new 6. Thanks, Jason.
I got to keep you honest.
Yeah, you know. All right.
Hi, Ben Weinberg.
All right. So Tony wants a hand with some interaction, some early plays, and just really just be able to commit to the board. And
keeps his scry on top.
As the zombie deck is prone to do, is just commit things to the board and eventually overwhelm your opponent. Very flavorful.
Taylor's arch nemesis, Crypt Breaker on 1 there.
Crypt Breaker on 1.
Yep.
Can you beat it this time, Taylor? Oh, we got a Wayward Servant?
Well, Taylor's going to need to draw some white mana to deal with that Crypt Breaker.
Wow.
Another uncastable.
I don't like attacking for 1 there at all. I would much rather just
Maybe he
discard 2. But maybe he's got remove. Nope.
He thinks that Taylor's Metallic Mimic is more important than his Crypt Breaker and was hoping for the
Yeah,
block.
but let Taylor attack into it and then. Oh. He's playing this time to reflect. I see that in his hand. He's trying to get Taylor with a time to reflect. This seems like a questionable play.
I mean, I think we just pass here, right? Block, time to reflect, and activate.
Sure, yeah. Let's
And
do
we're-
that. Let's time to reflect
Yeah,
that.
we're light years ahead at that point. We're going to block that 5-4. We're going to let it think about the things that the god Pharaoh provides.
Does Tony not know that Crypt Breaker has text on it? Because he has Russian Crypt Breakers. He was doing it last game. I just don't know why he's not discarding cards.
Maybe he likes all the cards in his hand. I mean, I have definitely not plussed Liliana when I had cards in my hand that I didn't want to discard.
It's the difference between having an answer and making a creature to the board. He could have made zombies that would trade with his Metallic Mimic, while also pumping up the Diagraph Colossus that he's eventually going to cast.
Taylor did find the sorely needed white mana there.
Okay, so we're going to try to surge.
Yep. I mean, that is only a 2/2 Colossus.
Yeah. So we got a 4/3. Or wait, what is it? Is it a I don't even know. A 4/2 Bushwhacker, a 4/2 Exemplar, and a 3/1 Metallic Mimic. We're pushing for some damage here.
So Tony looking at 10 damage coming across here.
Okay. Let's go Taylor Gunn. Let's get a game 3 in here. Okay. So
What do we have there?
that is a Crop Honored Captain.
Okay.
It's a red-white 2/2 that gives +1/0 to every creature that attacks for the turn. Okay, so that Colossus is going to be pretty big. And
What
it
so
might,
is that Honor Crop?
yeah, it's going to be swinging as a 4/3, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Does it pump itself when it attacks? Ah.
Ooh. Get decked. Okay. So, I believe Taylor has a Thalia's Heretic Cathar, and if he gets a turn where he can actually place, or maybe not.
Quite the back and forth here. There we go.
So, Thalia slows down the zombies deck quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and if unanswered, she's just hard to attack into. She slows you down, and with Taylor's plan of going wide, it's just going to be hard for Tony to block. But now he has a 3/4.
And
he's
we
feeling
take
frisky.
all day long and
Feeling frisky. Not even wanting to sit
sitting
back.
on this 2-turn clock here.
Well, punish him for it, Taylor. Put him down to 3. No unlicensed disintegration because you're playing garbage red, white, not Mardu.
And Glory Bound becomes a 4/4 lifelinker when you exert.
A 4/4 lifelinker when you exert. It's
So
commonly just a 3/1.
safely attacks into Tony's board.
Yes.
Of course, and there's
Oh.
a Kalitas.
Tap that Kalitas.
Yep.
I want to see a Declaration in Stone off the top. Get those lords out of here. Oh, and that's what he ripped.
Called it. Called shot. Kyle Kepi.
Called shot. You know, I can't do it alone. Taylor's got a luck sack his opponents out of the game, too. So
I think you actually won that game.
I obviously played it better than Taylor. So,
well.
Tony's Lords of the Accursed had the same name, and Declaration just said, get him out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Neither of those guys will be blocking this lethal attacker.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. So that was Taylor's deck on the play, and it was not a hot draw.
No.
But I think Declaration of Stone gives him some legs,
but
honestly.
I think when you're looking at two aggro decks in a matchup, despite the flavors of whatever the aggro decks are,
garbage for zombies.
Or that. The deck that is most advantaged is going to be the one that can successfully play the control role when on the draw.
Yes.
And so with Taylor only having Declaration in Stone as removal, and Tony having access to both Fatal Push and Grasp of Darkness, I think that Tony is overall, or Zombies is overall, advantaged in the matchup regardless of the die roll.
Definitely, I think so. And ultimately, that just regardless of removal, the creatures that Zombies is putting out are just
quite a bit more synergy.
More synergistic, but also kind of play the control role better.
Indeed.
Your 2/3s are going to block his 2/1s better. Just kind of your lords that make 2/2s that allow you to trade.
So
they just net you cards.
Turns out that Taylor does actually have rares in his deck other than Metallic Mimic, and can play any of his spells with these here.
Yeah, he really splurged on these Inspiring Vantages here. And is Saram's Expertise a rare?
Yes, it is. All of the expertises are.
Yeah, so he's got some rares. Good on him. Ooh.
All right. So we've got the 4/3.
A 4/3 sizes well against... Oh, or not.
And...
So Dark Salvation made a zombie. Having 3 zombies in play, he was able to give the Blood Rage Brawler -3/-3. Honor Crop Captain into a Servo Exhibition.
Okay.
Not a bad turn, but still behind on board.
And way behind in the race.
Way behind in the race. And that Wayward Servant is going to make it even more difficult.
Yeah, there's just not a lot that the red-white aggro deck can do here.
Crypt Breaker trigger. Get frisky with that 3/3 token. Taylor's going to take it regardless. Oh, don't. So that's 1/2 attack too many. We want to be drawing cards here, guys.
So we're going to... So that Honored Crop, he actually just takes it all.
Yeah. But I still think Tony just needs to be drawing cards.
Is that Honored Crop Captain not a 2/3? Could it not successfully
It's a
block
2/2.
Okay.
Yeah, the Honor Crop Captain is a 2/2, making it pretty bad at blocking the other 2/2s around.
With the Lord in play.
With the Lord in play.
Yeah.
Or the 3/3s. I don't know. It's like... So we have creatures, and Tony still has more creatures. And if Tony just fires up some Menace, we can just go home.
So Taylor, halfway there, not even halfway there, still living on a prayer.
Taylor's aggro deck is so good that Tony's deck is now... are we just... Okay, we're going to give him Menace. Okay. And it's all elementary from there. You don't have enough blockers to block them all. And yeah, just put that handshake out there. Taylor gave it his go, but the Zombies deck won the Pro Tour for a reason, you know?
Well, yeah, just not equipped for this matchup, to be honest.
Yeah. Completely mismatched, honestly. But it was good. It was a good go, and I think Taylor had fun.
At the end of the day, I guess that's what matters, right?
Yes, it's all about having fun when we play Magic at a very intense level, as we are overly serious about it. But thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us. We're going to get out of here.
It's been real. Hope
been real.
the commentary was at least humorously bad.
Hopefully it's a net positive to awkward silence. But if not, then, well,
Yeah,
put it on. There's always a mute button, right?
right.
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
But thanks again, guys. It's been great. Hopefully see you next Wednesday.
And you'll also see Top Deck Productions streams on Tuesday
Friday.
nights and Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night standard, Tuesday, Friday modern.
Fridays, I think, are back to standard.
Oh,
right
back
now.
to standard?
I
Okay,
think
sure.
they
So
are. Yep.
we do Tuesday modern, Wednesday and Friday standard here at Top Deck Productions. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a good one.
See ya.